What is up, guys? Rick Kakis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today we are going to be taking a closer look at the Bad Juju exotic pulse rifle, specifically the part of its exotic perk that gives you increased super energy when getting a kill. The question is this: can you combine using this brand new exotic with the somewhat recently and massively nerfed exotic armor pieces that Bungie clearly thought were overpowered to get to that pre-nerf state, to get to that, again, what Bungie clearly considers overpowered state? Can we regain the glory of the Skull of Dire Ahamkara with the Bad Juju's help? Let's find out. So, first things first, exactly how much extra super energy are you getting for using the Bad Juju? Well, its exotic intrinsic perk is String of Curses. Kills refill the magazine, increase damage for a short duration, and grant super energy based on the strength of String of Curses fires in full auto. Now obviously, a lot of factors going on here. Most importantly, if you have String of Curses 1 times 1, you're going to be getting less super energy than String of Curses times 5. But it's difficult to keep String of Curses at times 5 for as long as possible. You have to be slaying out constantly. If you do have the exotic catalyst for the Bad Juju, that is going to extend the duration before String of Curses goes away, so that will help. In any event, here in the Tribute Hall, there's a very handy dandy firing range that has been introduced. So, with the Bad Juju, switching my subclass and then switching back so I start at 0 super energy, not changing anything about my loadout, it takes me exactly 1 minute and 18 seconds of just killing enemies, the same enemies over and over again with the Bad Juju to get my super back fully. 1 minute and 18 seconds. Now, switching to just a different weapon, the Galran's right hand, and shooting the same exact enemies in that same 1 minute and 18 seconds, as you can see, this is the super energy I've recovered, not even halfway full. But there's a bit of a problem. Mainly, I'm killing enemies way faster with the Bad Juju. It's basically full auto with Rampage and Sustenance. Enemies just die super quickly, and even though the Galran's right hand I'm using actually has multi-kill clip and it's killing faster than a normal auto rifle, it still can't really compete with the Bad Juju. It's kind of in a class of its own. So a slightly more realistic example of the Bad Juju's super gains is just killing the first 3 enemies and then stopping. So as you can see, switch to a normal Austringer, kill the first 3 enemies, and this is the super energy I've gained from those 3 kills. Now, same build, switching on and off of a subclass to start at 0, switch to the Bad Juju, kill those same 3 enemies, and as you can see, it's basically double the super energy. Now that's still a little bit rough, there's a lot of factors going on here, but it does give you a great example of how potent the Bad Juju is. It's double, if not more, of the super energy gains compared to a normal primary weapon. So, although that may not be as insane as it was in Destiny 1, that's nothing to scoff at. Now let's combine it with those exotics that get your super back. And obviously, the activity we gotta do is the activity that basically required these type of exotics: Reckoning. So, firstly, we have the Phoenix Protocol exotic chest piece for the Warlock. It has the exotic intrinsic perk Battle Hearth. Kills and assists you make while standing in your Well of Radiance return super energy. So, doing tier 3 Reckoning with this, again, this has been nerfed. The Phoenix Protocol was one of the top tier exotics you could use in Reckoning, especially tier 3 before the nerf. Can the Bad Juju resuscitate it? Well, as you can see, especially when I'm on the bridge section, yeah, it's kind of working. Specifically with the Phoenix Protocol, you needed to stand in your well and get kills with weapons anyways. You might as well be getting kills with weapons that give your super energy back way faster. And while on the bridge, every single time I went to a new objective, I pretty much always had my Well of Radiance back ready to go, and I did not have to scrounge orbs. I didn't have to run out of the objective and get the orbs from my teammate that maybe wasn't in the best position, or get masterwork orbs. I did not feel desperate to get my super back because of the bad juju. So to be perfectly honest, specifically with the Phoenix Protocol, again, because you already have the synergy of utilizing a weapon anyways to get your super back, utilizing that in combination with the bad juju kind of brings back what the Phoenix Protocol was before the nerf. That is a serious combo right there, that if you run the Phoenix Protocol, definitely consider running the bad juju. But moving on from there, another exotic armor piece we're taking a look at is the Skull of Dire Ahamkara. It has the exotic intrinsic perk Actual Grandeur, provides additional damage resistance during Nova Bomb. Nova Bomb kills grant super energy. So these type of exotics took the biggest hit. Exotics that when you use your super, enemies killed would gain you super energy back. This is in the same category as stuff like the Orpheus Rigs and somewhat Ursa Furiosas. They all got hit. So can it help here? Well, unfortunately, the bad juju doesn't synergize as well here. You use your Nova Bomb and you get a little bit back, but the bad juju doesn't really have anything to do with that. It's simply used once you do use your Nova, get that energy back, and then you have that period of time before you get your Nova again. The bad juju is there to accelerate that process as much as possible. So it does achieve the result of being able to utilize your Nova Bomb more often than usual. If you were using the Skull of Dire Ahamkara and a normal primary, I can't see it being this good, because in Reckoning, I didn't feel like I was lost for a Nova Bomb. When I wanted it, generally, I had it until the final encounter. It was blackout, so it was super annoying, but also, because it was blackout and people were dying, we didn't have as much orbs, and then even with the bad juju, a minute and 18 seconds of straight shooting enemies non-stop to get your super back, that's still a pretty substantial time. So again, even though the bad juju helped, it did not reclaim its pre-nerf state. It didn't feel anything like the Skull of Dire Ahamkara was before it was hit. Now, it should be mentioned, however, that these things only get better in multiples. The more teammates you have, all using bad juju and all using exotics that help with super regeneration, will all help each other, because you are getting your super back more often because the orbs from your teammate who is getting his super back more often because of the bad juju, and orbs from the other teammate, right? So you can chain things and get closer to the pre-nerf state, but not quite at it. The one exception, however, is specifically the Phoenix Protocol. That's a seriously dirty combo, and that's worth checking out in certain activities. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at the bad juju and some of the combinations with certain exotics. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you guys want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.